Hello and welcome to the Horsemanship and Mindset podcast with your host, Kimberly Dunn of Idlewild Horsemanship and Mindset Coaching. This podcast is here to bring you the very best in tips, tricks, and advice to help you better understand yourself, your mindset, and your horse, because your horsemanship starts with you. Let's go. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Horsemanship and Mindset podcast. I am delighted to have you here. I hope you've all had a wonderful week. So this week's episode is hopefully going to be a nice little guide for you and an episode that you can come back to if, God forbid, you ever actually need it. It is going to be a guide for what to do or some tips on what to do when things go wrong or you just have a really rubbish, crappy situation pop up, or just something's popped up out of nowhere, feels like it's punched you in the face. Maybe you've had a bad fall, maybe you've had an injury, or your horse has had an injury and you've just been prepping for something and now it's all come crashing down, or it can any manner of things. Obviously, we're keeping this horse related, but feel free to also use this for life's general things, when life is lifing. And this is inspired by I had an experience last week in which something kind of popped up, came crashing down for me, which was a bit of a rubbish, upsetting situation. I am totally fine, by the way, but I just thought, you know what? Like, this is actually going to be really helpful to other people. I'm not going to tell you exactly what went on because this is not a gossip column, but let's just say it wasn't a fun experience. But it did inspire today's episode. So let's get into it. So let's say you have had a rubbish experience. You've just been to a clinic and something went wrong, or you fell off, or something happened. Like I said, you've got an injury, your horse is injured, something rubbish has happened. So here's the first thing. If this has happened to you, please know that it is okay to feel your feelings. It's okay to not be okay. It doesn't matter like how much work you think you've done on yourself, how far along you think you are. And I'm like talking about myself here too. Like, you're allowed to be affected by things. You are a human being and we are here to feel our emotions. The worst thing you can do if something rubbish has happened and you are feeling frustrated or angry or upset or let down or whatever, the worst thing you can do is try and repress that and forget it and just kind of box it up and just get on with it. Because it will come back later on and bite you in the arse. I guarantee you that will happen. It just sits there and it just festers away and will only come back down the line and get you. So it's really important to feel your feelings and to allow yourself to do what you need to do to move through them and to take the time that you need to move through them. We can be very quick to try and think, right, okay, yeah, I've had a cry, that's it. Or I've said my piece, that's it. If at all letting us do those things, letting ourselves do those things. And I know, like, for me, um, I'm kind of, and this is just kind of the way I am and part of my personality is that I'm like, right, okay, but yeah, this feels rubbish, but what can I learn from it? Like straight away, I'm like, right, okay, but how can I use it? And actually, and I was reminded by a good friend about this, like, it's okay to just sit in it for a bit. Like, it's okay to just feel your feelings. So if you need to cry like once, twice, a few times, if you need to like just shut yourself some away somewhere and have a good sob, like do it. Go sit in your horse's paddock, hide in a field shelter, hide in their stable and just have a good cry. Like it's okay to do that. This is your permission slip. Let it happen because that's how you're going to help regulate your nervous system and reset things. Because if you've had, like, particularly if it's come out of nowhere, whatever's happened, it's a shock to your system. And so you definitely then need to move it through yourself. And crying is actually a really good way to do that. The other thing is, like, if you need to have, and this is one of my favorite things, is, if you need to vocalize something or have a good, like, because I need to actually finish the sentence. So, like, we have to, we have to allow these other emotions to come up and move through. And we often have stages of things. So, like, you might start off feeling upset and then you might start to feel angry. And one of my favorite things to do, like I started saying, was listening to music and singing along to music. Like, I was really lucky the other day. I had a big drive. So I put on a playlist that I knew I would sing my head off to and, like, shout my head off to if I needed to. And that was so cathartic. Like wailing your head off to Celine Dion or Taylor Swift or something. Like, it's so cathartic and allows you to vocalize, again, help regulate yourself again, help return your nervous system to normal after you've had, like, a bit of a, you know, shock, or something's just shifted in not a nice way for you. So that's number one. Know that it's okay to not be okay, and that it's okay to be emotional. Like, it's okay to be angry or frustrated or sad, disappointed, whatever. You're allowed to feel those things. You're a human being. So let yourself feel them. Do whatever you need to do to help move those feelings through you. And also just allow yourself the time to do that. And only that. Like, you don't need to make sense of things right now. Number two, lean into support systems, your friends, your family. Ask for help, talk to people, and accept help as well. Like, we can be so quick to be like, no, no, I'm fine, I'm okay, totally fine, when really you're not. And actually, one of the best things that you can do is to talk to a friend, listen to a friend, let them take care of you. Like, it's okay to accept help from whatever that might be, whether that's helping, whether that's calling a helpline and seeing if you're entitled to something, whether it's getting professional help, seeing a therapist, whatever it is that you need, lean into it, because this is what's going to help you to move on, to alchemize what's just happened into something better, to help you grow from it. Number three, lean into your own practices and self care. So that might be go have a bath. That might be lean into your yoga practice, go to the gym, do a workout, punch a punch bag. That might be nervous system regulation things. It might be going out for a ride on your horse, going and sitting in your horse's paddock, listening to a podcast. Things that support your nervous system, help you to feel calm, help you to feel safe, help you to feel relaxed and like you're doing something for you. So, something that I always encourage clients to do when I've finished working with them, like when we come to the end of our time together, we always put together a reset menu. So that menu is a list of things personal to them that if they do have something come up that they're struggling with, whether that's like a little confidence split, something's happened, whatever, they've got this menu that they can return to. So it's something they can see that has a list of things that they can choose from that they know is going to help them to find calm, to find center, to help them to move forward with whatever it is that has come up. And so I'd invite you to go away and make your own reset menu. Like, what do you know helps you? So, yeah, this might be go out for a hack. This might be have a good canter, if you have access to somewhere where you can have a good canter. This might be yoga class. It might be cook yourself a nourishing dinner. It might be get on the treadmill, whatever. Have a list of those things and lean into them. So, like for me, meditation is a big one, yoga, movement, walking, um, what else? Reading, getting lost in another world, journaling, like writing it out, um, having a bath, eating nice food, stuff like that really helps me. So that's what I've been leaning into. So that's number 3. Lean into your own practices and self care. Number 4, give yourself time and space for things to settle. And then you can plan the next steps. So again, I am very quick for something to happen and for me to be like, right, okay, things happen for you, not to you. So what can I learn from this? How can I move on? What do I need to do next? You don't need to jump into that just yet. If you've done the first few steps, so you've felt your feelings, you've used support systems, you've lent into your own self care, now is the time to just give yourself the time you need to let things settle so that you get back into more of a rhythm again. Because for as long as like this thing has just happened, so say you've just had this injury or your horse has had an injury and like loads has changed and you've had a big vet bill or you've had to cancel a load of stuff or whatever, you're still going to have those things pop up for you that kind of shake you up, like those feelings. Um, you might still have like a few aftershocks of different things, like different bills or different appointments, or loads of stuff might still be popping up that's going to affect your next steps. So just give yourself some time for things to settle again. Um, and then finally, number 5, now, once all of that's done, now you can start to, first of all, reflect on it and then make your next steps. So reflecting on it is going to look like good old journaling. Grab a journal, or voice note yourself, or type it in your notes on your phone, or just like have a chat with someone about it and reflect on it. Like, what from this time, either leading up to or the actual thing, the perhaps event, like what did you learn up until then? What did you learn about then and that thing? What good things can you take from it? What are the silver linings? What are the areas of growth? What are the things that you do differently? How can you grow from this? How is this situation going to help you to move forward in the future from a different place? What wisdom has this given you? So, taking the time to think about those things, to process those things, and actually run them through your brain is going to allow you to take what you need from the situation and you can let go of the rest. And that is where the growth is. However, you can't jump the gun and get to this place before you go through the other bits. Unfortunately, as much as I would like to skip to this bit. Okay, so as a reminder, a rubbish thing has happened. It's come out of nowhere, slapped you in the face, you're not happy about it. Here's what you do. Number 1, know that it's okay to not be okay. Feel your feelings, allow yourself the time and space to do that. Don't shy away from them. You're a human. This is what you're here to do. Number 2, lean into support systems, friends, family, ask for and accept help. Number 3, lean into your own practices and self care. Yoga classes, good food, read a book, go for a run, whatever you need to do that you know will help you. Number 4, give yourself the time and space for things to start settling down again, for new routines to develop, for bills to stop coming in, whatever it is to start to settle down. And then 5, reflection and your next steps. What can you learn from this? What would you do differently? What wisdom have you gained from this? And then next steps, what are you going to do to help you move forward from this new space? Because each of these things that pop up for us in life, as annoying as it is for me to say when if you are going through something right now, that it is all here to teach you something. All of it. And when these things first happen, like, it's hard to see it at first. It's hard to relate to it. You don't wanna relate to it. You just wanna What you can do is kind of feel how rubbish it feels. But once you've gone through these steps, then you can start to look at, "Okay, yeah, I can grow from this, and this is how." So, I hope that was helpful, and I hope that if you've listened to this today and you're, like, totally fine and you're breezing through life and everything's wonderful, then now you have some tips and an episode to return back to when things, yeah, when they pop up, because they will, because this is life. We are humans. Um, and if you're listening to this and you have had something rubbish happen recently, I hope this was what you needed, and I hope it helps you move forward. And as always, if anyone has any questions or comments on anything from this episode or anything that you'd like to see in future episodes, please drop me an email at info@idlewildhorsemanship.com, and I will include my email address below. And as always, likes and shares and subscriptions and ratings and reviews to the podcast are so welcome. And I am so thankful for each and every one of you that have done that. So please do more. And if you do share the episode on your stories somewhere, please be sure to tag me so that I see it. That's all for this week. Have a wonderful one, and I'll see you again next week.